Tonight on CTV News at 5.
It's looking like how they did around COVID times. I don't want this to go back up to like $2, but it's looking like it might do that.
Searching for savings, maritime drivers look for ways to save money as gas prices soar.
It's the fastest skating you're going to see on ice in all of Canada.
A spike in speed skating, the growing interest in the sport following the Winter Olympics.
The teams are having a great time here in Halifax.
Competing for the cup. Student athletes from across the country are on the ice in Halifax, battling for the University Cup.
Some spring snow is on the way into the Maritimes tonight into Saturday. How much to expect just ahead.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Stephanie Seacos. Maria Panapalis is off tonight. Thanks for joining us. First at 5 tonight, searching for savings. The price of gas was up again today across the Maritimes. With seemingly no end in sight, people are now looking for ways to save. As CTV's Emma Convey reports, whether it's driving more efficiently or leaning on loyalty points, there are a few options for drivers. Emma.
That's right, Stephanie. There doesn't seem to be any sight of gas prices dropping anytime soon. So the Maritimers I spoke with today are trying to get creative to save a few bucks where they can, but say it's difficult. It was a surprise at the pump for Ethan Levy, but not a positive one, when he filled up his gas tank for 174.4 cents per liter.
When I got gas last, it was like a week ago, but it was like maybe $1.50, and it's gone up like 20 cents. That's abysmal. War does terrible things to gas prices.
He worries they may rise to COVID times when gas was in the $2 range.
I really feel bad for anybody that's tried to budget and now they're ending up with this unexpected extra cost. So pretty happy I'm not commuting.
It doesn't really bother me, honestly. I drive a Civic. I couldn't tell you what the price of gas is.
Well, CAA explains that price is high and only contributes to the rising cost of living.
They've gone up more than we're prepared for. So we're urging consumers to practice eco-driving. And what we mean by that is to conserve fuel where possible, combine all of your errands into one trip so you're not out as much as possible. It would be a good idea to lay off the gas, drive a little bit slower.
When you look at food for a family of four, I mean, a family of four will spend more on food than on gas for their cars on a yearly basis. So if you can actually outsmart for inflation, you'll probably save more at the grocery store than on gas. That's for sure.
But another way to save a few bucks is through loyalty programs.
You want to perhaps amplify your savings by using some of these loyalty programs offered by Canadian Tire and other outlets as well.
I think people are looking to save money at the pumps in any way possible, and that includes taking advantage of loyalty programs like CAA's, where CAA members save 3 cents off a liter at Shell locations. So there's lots of different options.
Many others have the same idea, using rewards programs whenever possible.
I get air miles, so, you know, that helps, you know, $10 off every now and again, but, you know.
RBC has a good program with Esso on right now, so yeah, I'll probably end up hitting up Esso a little bit more.
A few other driving tips Julia Kent mentioned was lowering the weight in your vehicle, so avoid cargo, easing off the accelerator, coasting, as well as reducing towing and using roof racks. Stephanie.
Thanks, Emma. CTV's Emma Convey reporting live in our news center this evening. And that brings us to tonight's web poll. We're asking, if gas continues to rise, will your driving habits change? Your options are yes, no, or I don't drive. Go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and see the latest poll results. Time now to check in on what's coming up tonight on CTV News at 6 with Bruce Frisco.
Well, Stephanie, it's not just gas that keeps going up. Businesses around here are facing increasing financial pressures as well, and many of them are about to or have already hiked their prices. Yes, more inflation. A new survey finds about 60% of maritime businesses are reaching their breaking point. We'll tell you why when you join us tonight at 6. Also tonight, according to a survey, post-tropical storm Fiona, remember that one, cost the average Cape Breton home about $4,000. The survey found 92% of respondents reported being more personally prepared for future storms because of that natural disaster. There's the silver lining. We'll have the story tonight at 6. And also tonight, a lot of dangers online, of course, and police forces are using state-of-the-art technology to fight some of them. Tonight, we're going to get a rare inside look to see how the New Brunswick Child Internet Exploitation Team is doing its work. That story and more tonight at 6 o'clock. Okay, right now we'll head over to Kaylin Mitchell in the CTV Atlantic Weather Center and some weather coming our way.
That's right. As we make our way through tonight and into the start of the weekend, there will be a mixture of some snow, some ice pellets, and some rain moving across parts of the Maritimes. Temperatures currently, as we're moving into the first part of this evening, are sitting on the plus side of the scale for most of the region, including between 2 and 6 degrees right now for the province of Nova Scotia, 2 degrees at Summerside, and 3 degrees at Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island. In New Brunswick, the mildest temperatures in the southwestern corner of the province, where St. Stephen is currently sitting at 7 and Fredericton at 6. It does get a little bit chillier towards the west, though. Woodstock sitting currently at -1, and up in northern areas of New Brunswick, most temperatures between around -1 and +1. Taking a look at the winds around the region, they're mostly out of the south and southwest at this time. They're being sustained between around 10 and 30 kilometers per hour. We are still getting some gusts reported between 30 and 40 kilometers per hour. We do have that mix, as I mentioned, making its way in for this evening and tonight. The first part of it has already started to arrive in areas of New Brunswick, where it will begin as a mixture of some snow, some ice pellets, and some rain. Rain more likely down towards the Bay of Fundy coastline and in the southwest, where those temperatures are currently milder. It is a Clipper-type weather system, so it's going to be moving through pretty quick. There will be other parts of the Maritimes getting into a mix of precipitation as we make our way through tonight and through the first part of Saturday. We'll talk about which areas could maybe see some of that snow add up a little bit during that period of time when I'm back a little bit later on. Stephanie.
Thanks, Kaylin. The Canadian Youth Short Track Speed Skating Championships are happening this weekend in Dartmouth. The event is a chance for more than 100 of the top young speed skaters from all over Canada to compete against their peers, as many of them strive to hopefully one day compete at the Olympics. CTV's Mike Lamb hit the ice for this story.
Ready. Happening here today is Camp Day at the Canadian Youth Short Track Championship East. Camp Day is an opportunity for our skaters from Eastern Canada, so Nunavut, Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, and Newfoundland, to get on the ice ahead of the championship that is happening on Saturday and Sunday. It's also an opportunity for all the skaters to have coaching from other coaches from around Eastern Canada, meet other skaters, and really this is what this event is all about, is an opportunity for our youth skaters from around Canada to get to know one another, see other skaters who are speed skaters. They look up to all the big speed skaters we saw at the Olympics, Courtney Sareau and others from around Canada. And this gives them an opportunity to sort of meet their peers and skate at a national competition level. We have youth age groups of 11 through 13. This was a new age group that was brought out for speed skating about 3 to 4 years ago. And this allows the youth athletes to compete against each other at a national level, which wasn't always happening historically. They are going to be skating a number of different distances through the weekend. Like 1,200, they'll be skating 400 and 800 on the next day, and then they have some super finals that happen on the Sundays. It's the fastest skating you're going to see on ice in all of Canada.
Mostly looking forward to seeing a lot of my friends from other provinces, hopefully getting some new times.
I'm looking forward to try and get some good PBs and also just the experience of racing at national competition.
I'm looking forward especially to the 1,500. It's probably one of my best distances. And yeah, hopefully I can get a placement that I'm happy with and a new personal best.
Come down to the RBC Center. Arena D. We have lots of volunteers on site who are here to help if you got questions about speed skating. For us, we feel it's a great opportunity to showcase speed skating as a sport. These young skaters will be our next Olympians.
The event takes place all weekend at the RBC Center. It's free for spectators to come watch and learn more about the sport. Time now for our first break this evening. Coming up next, we'll have tonight's keyword in our Festive France River Cruise contest. We also have this story a little later.
I'm Jonathan McInnes. The U Sports Men's National Hockey Championships are here in Halifax. This tournament is kicking off what's going to be a very busy few years for national level university events here in the city. We'll have more coming up later on CTV News at 5.
CTV, in partnership with CAA Atlantic and Alma Waterways, is giving you the chance to win a Festive France river cruise. One lucky viewer will win a 7-night Flavors of Burgundy cruise for two, where you'll explore iconic landmarks, medieval villages, storied vineyards, and France's culinary capital. Each weeknight from now until next Friday, we'll give you a keyword. Once you have it, head to ctvatlantic.ca and follow the contest prompts, or scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can enter once per keyword. The winner will be announced Monday, April 6th. Tonight's keyword is vineyards. Good luck, everybody. A Nova Scotia woman says her surgery at the QE2 Health Sciences Centre was nothing short of a miracle. And as CTV's Suzette Belliveau tells us, she credits her outcome to the latest technology available and the compassionate care she received.
Cheryl Bidgood says world-class technology at the QE2 Health Sciences Centre changed her life.
Surgery was 7.5 hours long, and from my perspective, it was nothing short of a miracle.
Cheryl had been managing scoliosis since childhood, complicated by a neuromuscular disorder. But in recent years, her condition became unbearable.
The pain was really off the charts. I was used to chronic pain, but this was way beyond that.
She had a very severe scoliosis, so a double major curve essentially, and she was having a number of other difficulties beyond just the curvature. It was affecting all aspects of her day-to-day life.
Dr. Andrew Glennie led Cheryl's surgery with the donor-funded spinal robot, the Mazer X. It was the first of its kind in Atlantic Canada.
Changes things dramatically. The accuracy with which the screws are placed is really second to none. The robotic arm is very precise. What the QE2 Foundation has contributed, to our clinical space has been nothing short of amazing.
Cheryl says she is eternally grateful for the generous donations that funded the $3 million spinal robot and gave her her life back.
I can walk and breathe and eat and actually sleep again now. So I would just wholeheartedly like to thank the QE2 Foundation and its donors for just the foresight to invest in that robot and the research involved and training up the staff.
This allows us not only to improve the day-to-day patient care, but also participate in very important research into the evaluation of this technology, because we're really just scratching the surface right now.
Technology that's leading the way and changing the lives of so many in Nova Scotia. Suzette Belliveau, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you to Cheryl for sharing your story with us. And if you'd like to support the QE2 Foundation, a reminder, the bonus prize deadline in the QE2 Home Lottery is midnight tonight. You can visit the link section of our website to learn more information. Incredible to see that we have this type of technology here in Halifax.
Amazing technology. I wish the forecast was amazing over the next couple of days. Not quite. Got some spring snow to talk about. Today, though, in parts of the region, it was feeling a little spring-like. Remember, we went past the spring equinox this morning. We're looking here at Fredericton's Wilmot Park this afternoon. There were some somewhat milder temperatures around that southwestern corner of New Brunswick. A few areas getting up between around 5 and 7 degrees. I'll have more on the spring snow next.
What's old is new this weekend. Halifax's biggest exclusively vintage show takes place at the Lighthouse Art Centre. The Curio Collective is hosting its Spring Vintage Show, which features 45 vintage and antique vendors from across the Maritimes. Organizers and vendors were busy setting up this afternoon.
This is a seasonal event. We run spring, fall, and Christmas. So this is our break out of hibernation, get out of the house, and a chance to just be in a room filled with the most exciting vintage treasures you could imagine.
The show kicked off just a few minutes ago, with tonight being First Dibs Night. The Spring Vintage Show runs all weekend from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And people might want to spend some time maybe doing some shopping indoors this weekend, given we will be seeing It's a little bit of messy conditions out there.
Yeah, but not the whole weekend long, just for part of the weekend, and then again late Sunday into Monday of next week. So I don't know about vintage, but we could probably call this classic March weather in the Maritimes. So let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset times, and for that we're going to go to Container Terminal in south end of Halifax for today. You can see some cloud cover around. There were parts of the region today that were into some scattered flurries. There were also some sunny breaks. Some areas were held a little bit cooler, especially northern and areas of New Brunswick, right along the border of New Brunswick and Maine, but there were also some milder spots as well, like the southwestern corner of that province, and some temperatures into the low single digits for both Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. Taking a look at our weather systems map, we can see the barometric pressure is now beginning to fall, and that is falling ahead of the arrival of the first of two weather systems that is going to be bringing us some spring snow over the next 3-4 days. And the first one is a clipper system, so this is a fast-moving low-pressure system. The precipitation from it has already started to fill in across the province of New Brunswick, where it may already be some snow for northern areas of New Brunswick, but then likely turns to some light rain as you get down to central and southern parts of the province. Now, even that central and southern area of New Brunswick, some areas that may currently see some rain or start off with some rain are likely to turn over to a mixture of some snow and some ice pellets as we move through tonight, and that happens as the temperatures begin to come down. There will also be other parts of the Maritimes to get into some snow, some ice pellets, and some rain from this weather system as we move through tonight and into Saturday. Let's stop it by around midnight tonight. So at that point in time, it is snow across a good portion of New Brunswick. The snow is expected to be steadier in southern parts of the province, especially in and around the Bay of Fundy coastline area. Around Grand Manan and Campobello would likely still be some rain coming down. And in the southwest of Nova Scotia, a mixture of some snow, some ice pellets, and some rain. Snow moving into Prince Edward Island and snow filling into eastern areas of Nova Scotia. Now, because these clipper systems move through quite quickly, by the time we get to Saturday morning, we have snow that's clearing the east of New Brunswick. We have snow that'll be in the process as we move from the morning into the afternoon of clearing Prince Edward Island, and a mixture of snow, ice pellets, and rain that'll be clearing Nova Scotia as we make our way through Saturday morning and through the first part of Saturday afternoon. Now, there are likely to be some areas that'll pick up some snowfall accumulation out of this weather system. A few spots in particular that might see a little bit more, maybe some amounts of 5 to 10 centimeters right in around the Bay of Fundy coastline area in New Brunswick, especially in any higher terrain. Prince Edward Island looks like it's going to be 5 to 10 centimeters of a pretty wet, compact snow. Some of the northern areas of Nova Scotia, Cumberland, Colchester counties, especially again up into higher elevations, could pick up some amounts, 5 to 10 centimeters. Same thing goes for the Cape Breton Highlands, and even some interior areas of the west of Nova Scotia could pick up a little bit more snow, especially on any areas that sort of climb up into the hills. Again, the potential there for 5 to 10 centimeters. Now, winds of the forecast with this weather system as it moves through to become a little bit gusty. They continue to pick up a little bit this evening and tonight, especially in the southwest of Nova Scotia and around the Bay of Fundy coastline. And then for tomorrow, as the system clears, they become northwest and they will be breezy. Now, low temperatures in the forecast for tonight for most of the Maritimes will fall into a range of around -2 to +2, a little bit colder through northern areas of New Brunswick, there between -3 and -7. High temperatures for tomorrow between 1 and 5 degrees for most of New Brunswick, up to around 2 for Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island, and between 2 and 5 degrees for Nova Scotia. For Sunday, it's increasing cloudiness during the day, but by late afternoon, Sunday evening and night, there'll be some snow returning to the region. Let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 8-year-old Aaliyah McIntosh Cribb from Albert Bridge, Nova Scotia. Aaliyah sent us a drawing of a house with gentle winter snow falling all around. Thank you so much. It's a fantastic picture. And weather watchers can come in anytime to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Stephanie.
Thanks, Kaylin. Time for one final break this evening. Still to come tonight, competing for the Cup. The top university hockey teams from across Canada are facing off in Halifax this weekend. We'll have that story after the break. Hockey fans are getting their fill this weekend. The Men's University Championship is back in the Maritimes. CTV's Jonathan McGinnis is at Scotiabank Centre and has this story.
After a 10-year hiatus, the University Men's Hockey Championship is back in Halifax. St. Mary's University, the University of New Brunswick, and the Université de Moncton are representing Atlantic University Sport.
It's been a lot of fun so far, and I think that everybody who has come to the tournament, whether it be a fan or participating players and teams, have had a good time.
The weekend will be Mika Sears' last in a Blue Eagle jersey. The 50-year forward was just named U Sports Player of the Year.
Anytime that you have such an outstanding season, as Mika had, it's very difficult not to recognize his accomplishments.
This event was to return to Halifax in 2020, but was canceled by COVID. This year, 8 teams are participating in the single knockout style tournament. The games started strong for local clubs. St. Mary's came in as the 8th seed, but beat the top-ranked Saskatchewan Huskies in overtime Thursday night.
Last night it was a very unique experience playing as the home team, and hearing that crowd was just electric, and being able to play in front of the hometown fans was unreal.
That momentum will continue on and off the ice as this tournament progresses throughout the weekend.
It makes March very special in this town when there's a U Sport Championship.
After not hosting a national championship for the last 2 years, the city will host a number of events in the coming years.
And the next year, for only the 3rd time in U Sports history, men's and women's basketball together. It'll be a 5-day tournament. The men's hosted by Dal, the women's hosted by Acadia.
The Women's National Hockey Championship will be played on this ice in 2028. Hosting major events is a benefit to the city, but it also helps draw interest from student athletes who are considering where they're going to play university sports.
Anytime you play host and you have the opportunities to play these national championships in your own backyard, that gives you a little bit of an advantage when you're talking to student athletes and recruiting them.
And they all have the same goal, to compete for a national championship. The men's gold medal game is scheduled for 1 p.m. Sunday. Jonathan McGinnis, CTV News, Halifax.
And hopefully we'll see one of the Maritime teams in that final on
Yeah, that's some exciting sports action for sure. So as I was talking about earlier, we do have a mixture of some snow, ice, pelts, and rain coming into the Maritimes tonight into Saturday. In behind that, there is a second weather system. That second weather system mostly arriving Sunday night into Monday, but could pack a little bit more snow with it for parts of the region. An update on that coming up at CTV News at 6.
All right, thank you, Kaylin, and thank you so much for watching CTV News at 5. Have a great weekend. Your national news starts now.